The deep well of depression is my interpretation of what it's like to live with depression. It's my way of describing that dark place in this disorder. I believe that by conceptualizing the components that make up the anatomy of this dark well, we can shed some light on an otherwise dark and mysterious place, and maybe even find a way out. In this video, we are going to introduce and discuss the next component of the deep well of depression, the weeds of damaging beliefs. But first, hello, Jamie Dukes here, and welcome to Deep Well Motivation, where we share knowledge, perspectives, and actions to help motivate you to be the best you can be in your mental health. If you'd like to join us on our wellness journey, we upload 1 to 2 videos per week. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and click the notification button so you don't miss a single upload. On this channel, there is hope always. In my deep well of depression diagram, you'll notice at the bottom of the well, the person who is trading water, they're holding on to what looks like weeds. And these weeds are referred to as weeds of damaging beliefs. And they serve to represent a person's mindset when struggling with depression. It is their belief system, which is typically contaminated. The idea here is that the tighter the person is holding on to these weeds, the more determined they are in their belief system, which, in my experience, oftentimes is a very contaminated belief system. And I always say, sometimes the worst person you can listen to is yourself when you're struggling in this disorder. And these weeds serve to represent that. And there is one condition with respect to this feature in the deep well of depression. And that is, unless the person is willing and able to let go of the weeds of damaging beliefs, they are going to remain submerged. It's going to make it so much harder for anybody to be able to reach them, to reach out to them, to try to help them in some fashion. It's going to be very difficult for them to heal in their disorder if they keep embracing a contaminated belief system. Speaking from personal experience, this is a very concerning feature of the weeds of damaging beliefs. When I was struggling in my darkest times, I too was entertaining some very hurtful beliefs. I was convinced that the most devastating belief that I held on to was that my family was better off without me. And this crushed me. And this was the belief my disorder was feeding me over and over and over again. Until I was able to let go of those weeds and push that horrible belief out of my head, push back at my disorder, there was no way I was going to be able to begin the healing process. It would have anchored me in that water. It would have kept me submerged, unable to lift my head up to see that little beam of light that emanates hope in this disorder. So in the figurative context of this deep well of depression, it is essential. It is an essential condition that you find the strength, the courage, whatever it is that you need to put into letting go of those weeds of damaging beliefs, even if it's just long enough to lift your head out of the water, look at that little tiny beam of light, and just embrace the tiniest amount of hope from that light that you can use to create some leverage in your healing journey. Letting go of those weeds will ensure you do not remain anchored in this hopeless disorder. Thank you for watching, and I would like to mention that much of the content on my channel is inspired by my self-help book entitled A Deep Well Perspective for Healing in Depression, Introducing 7 Action Steps to Overcoming Depressive Symptoms. You can find it on Amazon, and I've provided a link to it in the description box below. Thank you, and remember, there is hope always.